Last Friday, the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, released an excellent message for Christmas. As always with President Higgins, the message was broad in its scope, touching on many of the major issues facing our country and our world at this time. It was a very encouraging message and positive, despite the many challenges that face humanity as we approach the second quarter of the 21st century. In his message, President Higgins draws on the values of kindness, hope, and solidarity as they resonate with the Christian message of love and compassion. And he refers to the enduring message of hope that lies at the heart of Christmas. However, despite his obvious respect for the values at the heart of Christianity, there is no mention of Jesus Christ anywhere in the President's message. Like many official state messages and pronouncements in Ireland and around the world, the central role of Jesus in healing our broken world is rarely mentioned. President Higgins rightly calls for peace, economic equality, and justice. And he places his hope in achieving this on the implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. He also maintains that war is not the natural condition of humanity. However, history proves otherwise, and the existence of original sin, that inherent preference within all human beings to do what is self-serving rather than what is for the common good, ensures that without Jesus Christ at the heart of all human affairs, there will be nothing but discord, division, and disunity. The Garden of Eden, the symbolic representation of the perfect world that God intended for us, will not be achieved through government policy or sustainable achievable goals. If there is no recognition that it's only through Jesus that we are saved from ourselves, saved from the darkness that can infiltrate all our endeavors and projects, then every effort to improve our world will fail. Now, we may gather in this church for many reasons on this winter's day. Many may have very little to do with religious faith or belief. But the central reason that we are here is to celebrate the birth of hope into our world, a hope that came with the incarnation of the Son of God. The event that happened in that humble stable 2024 years ago still resonates around the world, because all right-thinking women and men know that no event in history ever had such a positive effect on our world, and no event in the future ever will. We all need to remind ourselves of the positive nature of Christianity more than ever as we reach the end of another troubled year. When we look at the state of our world, it can be hard at times to believe that the birth of the infant Jesus heralded the end of sin and darkness, but it has. And despite all, he still gives us hope. Without Jesus, our celebration of Christmas is a frivolous waste of time and a pointless exercise that only emphasizes our helpless vulnerability in the face of evil and sin. The birth of Jesus and the birth of the hope that he brought is what we celebrate at Christmas. And this season always brings a glimpse of something better into our lives. Now, even though Personally and as a community and as a society, there may be many reasons for sadness, for anxiety, for despair. Even though all of those things exist, this feast cuts through the darkness and points to what could be and what will be in the future. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the American poet, captured the power of this season perfectly in his poem, "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day." In the midst of significant personal sorrow himself, the bells of Christmas gave him confidence for the future. And the following are two verses from that poem. "And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more deep and loud. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men." So the miracle of Christmas, the birth of the Son of God as man, assures us that a more loving, understanding, and caring power is ultimately in charge of everything. Jesus can heal when we feel that healing is impossible. He can ease the pain of loss and disappointment. He can change the course of lives that are hell-bent on self-destruction. And he can make hope blossom and grow in the most barren and unlikely of hearts and places. As we head into this Jubilee year of hope, may our relationship with Jesus, our true Saviour, grow and deepen, and not just be about one day in the year, so that he will be enabled to bring miracles into our lives and into our world in 2025.